Is it? Hello. This is so weird. At night. And if it wasn't for Michelle Ledbetter reminding me, because I really wanted her on here, I would not be doing this because I completely forgot about it. I was on a boat all day today, starting at 9:30 this morning in the Gulf of America, Gulf, whatever you want to call it. It's the Gulf. Not getting into no political anything. Anyway, it was such a beautiful day. Now, I have one viewer who's here. Who's here? No, Cynthia said she's going to be busy tonight. Who's here? Type something or I won't know who you are. Anyway, so I went on a boat today with four men. Three of them were our ex-cons. They've all been in jail or prison. Now, I never knew there was a difference between jail and prison. Boy, did I learn a lot. Great guys and their stories. And then Georgia, it's his boat. My girlfriend Christina. Anyway, so I got to see there's a whole different life in prison. Whole different life. There's a lot going on in prison. So many layers of pain and suffering, and I really connected with these guys, especially one called JJ. Really lightning. Um, so I really connected with him because actually he's come to understand life the same way I do. Pain and suffering is exactly what leads you to the truth within yourself, that you are the love or the light that you're looking for in the world that you will never find. You will never find love in another human or in anything in this world. Drugs, alcohol, shopping, porn, whatever the mind uses to soothe. None of it, nothing is going to soothe for very long. It's an inside job. And going inside, it's basically just being still. Can you be still? Have you ever tried to just sit and be still? And not, because the minute you do, if you've noticed, if you ever tried it, most people don't try it. That's the biggest fear of every human being, believing they are the ego mind, is running from these thoughts. That's what keeps you up at night. Because the thoughts during the day, you can keep yourself busy, either with watching TV, on your phone, or working, doing whatever. So you're not sitting with your thoughts. They're not really your thoughts. They're a collective thought because we're not separate. We all share the same. There are no new thoughts. We all are sharing the same thoughts. And the bottom line is, I'm not good enough. Something's wrong with me. So, yeah, there's a reason why they put people in solitary confinement in prisons because people can't sit with them. So when I got sat with myself after the scam, life made it because life is making every single thing that's seemingly happening here is absolute perfection. It's perfect. The, the only issue is this deciding that it should be different than it is. That was, that was a bolt. I don't really want to look at that lightning. Um, literally sitting still, not getting up, because it's gonna, if you do sit still at all, or try following the breath, that's that's all you got to do. Literally follow your breath, because you cannot focus on your breath and all the stressful thoughts, the judgmental thoughts. You can't. It's focusing on the breath. That way, when your mind starts going off, you start feeling discomfort inside because the mind is full of judgmental thoughts that hurt, that are uncomfortable in this body. Fear of the future, taken from the past, pain from the past, holding on to all of that. And that pain, all of that, is upset. It wants to run. The minute you breathe, just like that, come right back to now. Still, with me, it goes off. As soon as I'm uncomfortable, I breathe and it brings it right back to now. Where that's the only reality is now. All the rest is past and future imagination. It's not real. The past is gone. If somebody hurt you, nobody can hurt you without your permission. If somebody hurt you, seemingly hurt you, they did it that one time. How many times have you relived it so they continually hurt you? You're the one keeping it alive. It's over. Finished. Your mind doesn't know whether you're imagining something or it's actually happening. If we watch a movie, you go to an action-packed movie, you're completely involved. You're so in it. Your heart starts beating. You get all excited. The music, all of that. None of that's happening, but your body's reacting to it as if it's actually happening. It's just a movie. Life is just a movie playing on a projector. And you're the one watching the movie. You're not the character in the movie. That's when you believe you're the character in the movie is when it's painful. Because the thoughts are all, I'm not good enough and something's wrong with me. So we're trying to manipulate it. But you can't. Why? Okay, I know why. Why is because you want to make it better for you. What makes you think that life is not exactly the way it's meant to be for you in every given moment? It is exactly the way it's meant to be. And you can surrender to the moments by breathing. That's what is. It's what is. Accepting what is, or loving what is there's no stress in that. The only reason stress happens is because you're thinking and believing it should be different than what it is. If you can just look, that lady, when she yelled at me last week, when she was telling me the pepper spray, she wanted to put it in my face or whatever. If she had it, she would put it in my face. There was no part inside here that said it shouldn't be that way. I was accepting what is. And there was no retaliation. There was no upset in this body. There was just compassion for her because I know she's living hell right here on earth because she's believing her thoughts that she needs to fight life. That's it. So when you realize that you are that love that you're looking for, most people would fight back with that woman because we want people to love us because we don't know that we are that already. So when somebody blatantly isn't, there's that, I'm gonna get them. And all that is living in you. It's not in the other person. All the resentment, bitterness, they're doing it wrong, a victimhood. I feel like I'm a victim of everything. That's painful. It's so much pain. Jeez, that's stress. That's what causes stress on the body. Period. So it's not the other person that's causing you stress. It's not the traffic that's causing you stress. It's not the line at the grocery store, the line at the bank that's causing you stress. It's the thoughts about, hi, Timmy. I love you too. Thanks for being here. Thank you very much for being here. And for typing to me. When we're fighting that, when you're believing the thoughts of it shouldn't be this way. Hang on. What the? Three mini bugs. Oh, they're gonna come back because we're on a dead end. They're at the marina now. They're gonna come back this way. But I love you, Timmy. God. Anyway, yeah, that stress is literally caused by your own thinking. That's it. The other person, anybody you have resentment for or blaming for hurting you, blaming for whatever they've done to you, that's your own thoughts hurting you. It's nothing to do with the other person. Byron Katie taught us, whose business are you in? When you're in somebody else's business thinking they should be doing life different, you're hurting you. And we are in so much pain, our bodies, the contractions inside, everything that we're feeling and trying to fight from. It's so ingrained. We don't even feel it. We don't even feel it because we're numb to it, because we're so used to it being uptight inside the body. The minute we wake up, all the stories of me and who's done what to me comes on board. The best time is in the morning to sit with those thoughts. Every single thought is a lie, causing you pain and suffering, and they're not even real. They're not true. They're not even true. That's why I had so much compassion for that woman when she was yelling at me. I know she's living hell here on earth. Hell is not a place that when we die, we're going to go to for all eternity for our sins. That's bullshit. None of that is true. Hell, heaven and hell is right here on earth, depending on where you are in your mind, what you're believing in any given moment. If you are coming from love inside of you, love and compassion for you, little you. You used to be so, you still are completely innocent. That woman that was screaming at me and wanting to kill me, basically, the compassion for her was off the charts. When you find that compassion for yourself, nobody can hurt you. Nothing can hurt you when you realize. It's like you have a bubble, a love bubble that absorbs all the, I'm going to get you. It's a beautiful way to go through. That's heaven on earth. That's literally heaven. Heaven is not a place. Hell is not a place. That's literally what you're thinking and believing in the moment. If you're thinking of all the guilt stuff you've done wrong in your life, what if I told you you've done nothing wrong ever? The guys that I was with today, they've all been to prison. Jail, prison, whatever. The two of them were in prison. I realized today that there's a difference between jail and prison. And one of them was in jail. And their stories, every single one of them was innocent. In reality, they are innocent. And God, whatever's running this show here, knows that everyone is innocent. It doesn't hold any judgment for anybody. It's our own judgment that hurts us, believing that we can do it wrong. That was a big one for me for a long time. I can do it wrong. Might even still be in there. But today, Peter didn't want to go on because of the others believing his thoughts, that they're doing something they've done wrong. He missed out on a great day. Really good day. Swimming in the Gulf. Oh my God, Sanibel Island. The water was magical. It was boating to Fort Myers Beach and down eating at Nervous Nellie's, docking the boat there and coming back. And this kayak she was taking on water. She was going down. We had to freaking pick them up, take her kayak, empty it off because she couldn't. It was full of water. So she couldn't. Oh my God. I don't know what she would have done if we didn't stop. To help her out. I'm sure she would have got out of it somehow, but it was way over her head. She was trying to stay afloat and the freaking thing was going down. Wow. Talk about being at the right place at the right time. She was very, very thankful. And then she kept apologizing. I'm sorry. I kayak all the time. This has never happened. And I understood because I kayak all the time too. There was only 2 or 3 now. That's loud. I guess we're not going to get this thunderstorm over here. I haven't seen any lightning for a bit. And that's another thing. We were in the Gulf swimming, having a great time right off Sanibel Island. George goes, I hate to break this up, but we really we got to go eat over at Fort Myers Beach. And there's a storm brewing. So we literally did all of that. Ate, took our time when we weren't really watching, but got back on the boat, got back, and within 20 minutes, the sky opened up. It was thunder and lightning. It was perfection. The day was absolute perfection in every way possible. every way. God, when you are grateful for your day, when you're steeped in gratitude for your eye, for your hand, for this body and what it does, how it gets you through this life. It's a when you're focused on gratitude, when you focus on negative, when you focus on lack, about money or whatever, lack or negative about somebody else or yourself, it really comes from yourself. Because I was saying uh, to the guy, one of them, I think it was Bobby, he goes, "Don't judge me." Oh, he has a pink cup. All of his other coffee cups have gotten taken, but he got a pink cup. And he says, "Don't judge me." And I said, "I wouldn't judge you." I said, "It wouldn't matter if I judged you. It's only about what do you judge you as. If you're judging you, that's the only way somebody else's judgment can hurt. If you don't judge you, it's just going to roll off. If somebody says, "Oh, pink cup, aren't you a man?" Whatever. Nobody's ever taken his cup. Yeah, judgment is not about somebody else judging you. It's a trigger. If somebody judges you and you feel hurt, it's because you're already believing it and they've hid it. But you don't know you're believing it because it's subconscious. It's subconscious. That's why I say thank you. If somebody says something and it hurts, thank you. Because they're exposing something that's subconscious and I can heal it. Once you see it and accept it, like when my daughter-in-law's dad, when I first met him, called me, said, "Don't you ever shut up." That hurt so bad because there was a belief in me that said I talked too much. And when I finally saw that, I was blaming him. What an ass, blah, blah, blah. And that felt so bad in this body. So I came to realize that I had a belief that I talked too much. You know what? So what? I talk. I don't say too much. I talk just enough. If it's too much for somebody else, okay, they can move away. I think it's perfection because I make friends pretty much everywhere I go. Even the lady last week, I was friends with her. It was a beautiful connection, even though she was riddled with negativity. I was able to alchemize that negativity until I hit something inside of her that just, woo, yeah, just by being me. It was perfect for her. Perfect if she's willing to go inside and see what she's thinking and believing about herself. Because all that pain and suffering is your own. Directly from what you're thinking and believing about yourself, not about anybody else. But that's what our minds do, judge everybody else. He, blah, blah, he did it wrong. He's a rotten. Three fingers are pointing back at you. It's like a magic pill. To me, it seems like. Because you don't walk around worrying about doing something wrong, worrying about being judged. You can just be. Do you know how to be? Do you remember how to be like when you were little? You were just being. Every baby is just being. And then they start identifying with the body. And right there, they believe they're separate. separate from God or whatever the hell's created all of this. Actually, what's created it all is our thoughts. Our thoughts have created this whole world. We've been told what it is. The Indians did not see the boats on the horizon as they were coming to America because they didn't know what a boat was, a ship. They didn't know. They had canoes, kayaks, or whatever the hell. They didn't have ships, so they didn't see it. You can't see what you don't already believe. That's a deep one. That's a really deep one. And that would be you. Uh-oh, what did I say, Jimmy? Hi, Jimmy. What did I say? Shit. No telling. That's another thing. Have you guys realized how fast life is going? Like, it is blowing by so fast. And something that happened yesterday, it's gone. Somebody will ask me something and I'll go, I don't know. I don't know what happened. I literally don't know what happened yesterday. Unless it was something, it's crazy. Some people would go, oh my God, I'm getting Alzheimer's. Don't believe that thought. Your mind is powerful. If you convince yourself you're getting Alzheimer's, you will. It's crazy how powerful our minds are. I guess going back to sitting by yourself without having to do something. Because what will come up for judgments is, I'm lazy. If you sit and don't do anything, you're lazy. That's the judgment that'll come up. What if you sat there for a whole day and did nothing? Could you sit with those thoughts? It's relentless, believe me. Been there, sitting through it all. Whew, it was tough. Because I had judged my mom for being lazy, sitting on the couch in front of the TV. But I was sitting on the couch with no TV. I was just sitting there. Oh my God, with my own judgments coming back on me where it belonged. Didn't belong on my mother. She was doing exactly what she was meant to do. And it defines me as being a judger. It doesn't define who she is. Any judgment we have for somebody else does not define them. It defines me as a judger, which hurts me. I do blah blah blah, so I'm not lazy. that whole ego mind, it's either better than or less than. Not good enough or much better than. Both hurt this. Both hurt. Whether you feel it or not, it's hurting your body when you judge anybody. 3 fingers are pointing back at you. Well, I guess we're not going to get that thunderstorm. Nice. I really thought I was going to go in. I didn't think I was going to be able to be out here. It's coming to an end being out here, though. Pretty freaking sticky. I just found out that the water at the beach is it makes you feel good because you're rooting your feet in the sand, the ground, the earth. And there's a magnesium in the water, very high magnesium in the ocean, which apparently our bodies are low on magnesium, most people. Well, I can't be because I'm in that water a lot. I love being in the water. Florida, especially the Gulf, is it feels like medicine. It just feels so good on the skin. Ah, jeez. I could stay in it. Right now it's 90 degrees, which is cool to your body, but not shockingly cool. It is. I could stay in there all damn day. All day. So nice. So nice. What else? What else? Coming back to that breath. You come back to your breath. When you sit by yourself, the best time to do this is when it's dark. I used to go in my closet for a good 6 months or so. I was going in the closet because I have a big. You open the door and go inside, close the door, sit on my cushion, Indian style, and just sit. Oh my God. It just, when you can sit with yourself, you start becoming your own best friend. And when you are your own best friend, it doesn't matter who's in front of you. Whoever's in front of you is meant to be in front of you. If they're not there, that's meant to be too. There are no mistakes in this life. Hi, Margie. I should have sent you a message. Cynthia said she wasn't gonna be able to make it tonight. She couldn't have made it this morning either. But you guys have heard it all, though. You two have heard everything. I feel like a broken record. I feel like I talk about the same stuff all the time. I didn't know if I should bring this up, but it's coming. I can feel it. Had a great conversation on Monday with my brother-in-law and sister. You forgot, yeah. Listen, Margie, I almost forgot too. Michelle Ledbetter, I really wanted her on here, so I remembered I can get her on Zoom. There she is. I could get her on Zoom and link that to Facebook Live. My chat GPT told me exactly how to do it. First of all, I couldn't connect her. She was in the room of the Zoom meeting that I started. I couldn't find her anyway. And then it told me exactly what buttons to push to add it to Facebook Live. There should be a little that comes after you hit the little buttons. There's a drop down screen. There was nothing about Facebook Live on there. Nothing. This whole tech thing, I don't even know. But I'm not giving up. And neither is Michelle. I just love that woman so much. She is so me. We could have been cut from the same. Well, in reality, we all are. But it's just so, yeah, Michelle, you had that near-death experience. Somebody said this week, somebody went through this near-death experience to get to the place that we are without it. Because I remember after Anita Mogiani's thing came out, her book came out, Dying to Be Me, which Alicia's reading. Oh my God, that book is high on my list. I went through that book in a day. I could not put it down. It's so riveting. I know she was interesting, and our conversations are going to be off the chart. I know it's going to be magic. I know it is. I've actually had not dreams, but like premonitions about it. I think about her and how we will bounce off each other, and everybody's going to feel the vibration of us. And it's going to remind you all that vibration that you are. I think I'm going to bring my computer to Maine, and I'm going to, next Sunday I will be in Maine. Oh, that's Eli's birthday, though. Eli's birthday party's on Sunday. Okay, something's going to work out. I don't know what, but something always works out. It's weird to be sitting here at night. It's 7:35. It's completely clouded over. We don't have no sunset. Usually the sun sets right there, but not going to have a sunset tonight, I don't think. I think it sets at 8:30, so maybe it has time to clear out. I don't know. I don't know. So, you got? I know, Margie. I know Michelle is interested. I mean, her whole story of how she died and knew, and the fact that her abusers. It's 82 in Maine right now. Wow, I don't know what it is here. Oh, it's warmer. It is. It's only 8. Oh, it's 79 here right now. 79. Wow, that doesn't happen very often where it's warmer in Maine. Very, very rare. But I'll take the 79. It was hot today, even on the boat. I mean, if we weren't moving, there's a place called the Miserable Mile where you have to slow down, and they've actually added to it, and it's it's you have to go slow. Woo! And well, you're heading out there. You're not wet yet, so you're. It was it was pretty hot. Uh, oh, Michelle, back with her. What I love is that she thought that that light was lava, and she was going to that was going to be the end of her. And it turned, and then she was able to go back through her. I think about the life review because everybody who's died and come back talks about the life review and how you affected other people and how other people affected you. I know that I've affected a lot of people positively, and that's not coming from ego. I see genuinely, I am kind to everybody. It's my nature. It always has been to be kind and just love people. Anyway, when she got to see that her abusers, when she was young, got to see how they grew up and that's what. Ooh, there's some rumbling. That's what one of the boys was saying today. He can't stand pedophiles. And it came with a visceral reaction. And I was like, I said, don't judge that. You have not walked in their shoes. I don't prove of it. You have no idea. No baby comes here saying, I'm going to be a pedophile. They've learned it. They've probably had it happen to them. They learned it somewhere along the way from the pain. What? Every single person is innocent. Even Hitler is innocent. That's what I learned at Byron Katie's school. I don't even know how many years ago now. She said even Hitler was innocently believing his thoughts, no different than us believing our thoughts. Do you have a choice whether you believe the thoughts or not? Until you start seeing them, you get carried off with them. It's not a choice. As you start hearing this message and you realize that those thoughts are not who you are, and you get still and come back to now, then you can see when your mind takes off with them. It's like a ticker tape constantly going. Some of the thoughts that come across, I have, lately, I'm like, what? I don't even know what triggers. I don't know, but they're craziness. Breathe. Come right back to now, and they're gone. Your stomach upset, your whole body relaxes when you come back to now. The best thing is sitting by yourself and just being. You can make it a game instead of when the thoughts go off. Make it a game. Ah, I see you. Coming back to now. Where it's the only thing that's real is now. Past and future are all imagination. They're not reality. That's how I started this thing, is that your mind, like we're watching a movie in a movie theater or on TV, you're getting all emotional with the music and the heightened. Your body doesn't know that that's not really happening. Just like when you're caught in a story of whatever, like the past, somebody did something to you or whatever you did, reliving that all that emotion is taking away your now. Where now there is not one problem. Now, not one problem is in now. None. Fear of the future, not enough, I'm not going to have enough money, blah, blah. Come back to now. How many times have you thought you weren't going to be able to pay your bills, or you're not going to be able to, down the future, not going to be able to blah, blah, blah? And you always have. You always have. Isn't it crazy how our minds forget that? Forget that we've gotten to this age and we're okay. We're okay. We haven't been swallowed up by the abyss. We're okay. It's okay. That's another thing if you want to use it. It's okay. When there's turmoil inside, when something comes up, you're expecting. Okay, like when I was going to Maine in April, and I was with my girlfriend. She was supposed to be here at 9 o'clock. Actually, before 9 o'clock in the morning. I didn't even know if I was going to do this because I do this at 9. But I ended up doing this, and 10 o'clock came. 10 o'clock went. 11 o'clock came. 11 o'clock. 12 o'clock came, and inside there were thoughts coming up of, oh my God, it's going to be dark when we get to Maryland. We're getting such a late start. We could have been on the road now for hours. All of that is putting a wall up. All those thoughts believed make her doing something wrong. There was an expectation here that we were going to leave at a certain time, and it wasn't. Then when she comes, she says, oh, I've got to bring this cake over to Phoebe's house. What? It's afternoon. We gotta drive to Maryland today. No, not Maryland. The first day we were going to South Carolina. South Carolina. All the way out of Florida, from Southwest Florida, out of Florida to it was a 9-hour drive. And we did it. It actually worked out perfectly because Buc-ee's, we couldn't make it the first day. I mean, well, it was a half an hour beyond where the hotel was that George put us up in. So she was dying to see what Buc-ee's was. We only had half an hour in the morning. We got ready and went the next morning. It was perfect because that was only a 5-hour drive. Then we were going to Maryland. which was 5 hours. We did it all worked out. If I'd have held all of those thoughts against her, there would have been walls. There would have been, even today, there would be, she screwed up our big, you know, watch those thoughts. They come up blaming other people. When you blame someone, we just watched this new Netflix series called Siren. Who's it with? It's not the old Siren. It's new. What is her name? Kevin Bacon's in it, and it's on an island somewhere in Nantucket or somewhere. It's really good. There's only 5 episodes, but it's good because you don't know what the hell's going on. But shit, I forgot what my point was. All right, here we go. That's my point. Oh, blame. I brought it back. The girls, every single person in that series was blaming somebody. There was one scene where well, you, no, you, no, you. The blame game gets you nowhere. When you blame someone else for anything, there's zero growth. Nothing is wrong here. It's the intricate tapestry. Every single grain of sand is exactly the way it's supposed to be. It can't be any other way. You either go with it, surrender to it, or fight it. Which one feels better inside? Boy, it's hotter than hell. We put some, I was making him some, he was doing some egg salad for the week. Forgot it. I walked in from here and I go, what's that smell? I said, oh, the eggs. He goes, oh shit, he forgot all about them. They're freaking, the whole pan was so hot. I didn't dare put any, I don't even know if we can see them. I don't know. There's no more water left. I hope the pan's okay. My favorite pan. But if that's the way, if the pan is ruined, that's okay. That was meant to be. Just get another pan. That's the thing. When we fight and think something is a bummer, nothing's a bummer. Nothing is a bummer. Like we were talking about, okay, so I went to see Luke Bryan last week, and apparently he's canceling shows across the country now because his voice is screwed up. He can't sing, and he doesn't want to, have people come pay all that money and not hear him sing right. And I was like, it reminded me of when mom had all of her excitement, joy, everything put into when Elvis was coming in Maine. Elvis was and he died the day before he came to Maine. Or was it the day of? I don't know, whatever. It was I never saw my mother cry before. She was bawling. She had so much expectation and joy put into something outside of her that it broke her, which was a good thing because she didn't cry very often. That release of crying, but it was a bummer for her. Everything is exactly the way it's meant to be. Everything. No, that's a tough one for our minds that want to control. Wants to control, wants to have it my way. How's that working for you? That's what Dr. Phil would say. How's that working for you? When you demand it to be your way. Because I could have, in that car drive up to, I could have, you know, gotten angry at Christina, held all that resentment inside. She's late, we're blah, blah, blah. And that would have made for a rotten trip. We had the best trip. So much fun, so much laughter, joy, and it's the opposite of what our minds do. Our minds just try to control the situation. Control anytime you're trying to control a situation, you know it's coming from your mind. It's not from who you are. There is no control. Let go of control and see what happens. It's nice. It's really nice to go with the flow instead of trying to control it. Going with the flow. When I first woke up in my 30s, 34, almost 35, actually 34, that after talking to my parents and asking why I didn't feel loved growing up, and the love and acceptance from dad, and the explanation of how mom grew up, just blew this mind wide open. There was no more negative thoughts. None. It was all love. Everywhere I went, I was just spewing love. It's a little over the top. Scared the shit out of people, especially my closest people. But when it went away and the thoughts came back, that's when I realized each person is coming from the belief that I'm not enough. When we feel separate from life, from God, from whatever's running the show here, when we feel separate from that, that little controller wants to step in and do it right, only because it believes subconsciously that we're doing it wrong. There's a belief. That's why, because I remember Wayne Dyer saying, or actually it was Dr. Phil, do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? Well, this needs to be right at all costs. At all costs, it wants to be right. And I realized, I went, God damn, why? What is it? Why does it have to be right? Arguing. No, it's this way. Whenever somebody says something, no, it's this way. Notice yourself. That's coming from the subconscious belief that I'm wrong. I do it wrong. Because as toddlers, we started walking around and we did things, and mom and dad and the teachers, no, do this. Don't do that. No. We get the message that we're doing it wrong. And it's deep. It is freaking deep. Anyway, it's okay. It's okay when you need to be right. It's okay. Just notice. That's the biggest thing. Do you notice? That's what Katie's always saying. Are you noticing? Are you noticing? Because needing to be right hurts inside. It hurts. That flow, I called it in the flow because I was flowing with life. And that's basically the way it is today. But it's taken a long time to figure it out. Although I've been reading my journals, my old journals, and I noticed a lot. I was flowing pretty good most of my life. There's been some down, like the scamming thing. That was a lot of fighting, but I had to. There's no mistakes. All of that shame and regret and guilt and had to be felt. How stupid could you be falling for that? I guess pretty damn stupid. And that's okay. It's okay to be stupid. It's okay to be stupid. Can you imagine? I love you too, girlfriend. Thanks for being here. Until next time, yes, that we're going to figure this out, girlfriend. It's going to be magical. Have a good night. Yeah, I guess this is it. Me too. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you so much for being here. I love every single one of you as I love you. That love is in here. Yes, good night, Margie. Have a wonderful week. And I'll see you from Maine next Sunday. Mwah.